bond of free, and have been all made to drink into one spirit. For the body is not one member but many.
Because we say Jews or Gentiles at one point, back then and also now, we were Gentiles in the sense of, not that we were heathens, but we were under a heathenistic mindset. So now coming back into the truth, we're really those Israelite foreigners, you know, once again for the last time round. Alright? You know, read that last verse again.
For by one spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been made to all drink into one spirit.
Yeah, because we were baptized twice. I believe it's in the scriptures, I can't remember where, but it says we were all baptized in the sea. Right? When we walked through the Red Sea, which is really the Gulf of Suez, the chariot was over us, and that was signifying us being baptized. You know? And who was in that chariot? It was Yahawashi. Okay? And then the second time round is now. Because the scripture says when Yahawashi spoke to them of John, he said, he baptized of water, but ye shall be baptized of fire and the spirit, which is what we've been baptized by now. And it's that same spirit. That's why when brothers come together, man, you ain't gonna hear one brother calling on Yahweh, the next man calling on Yahuwah or Yahoshua or Jehovah or something like that, man. Yeah, all of that stuff. You know, Jaja. All of that, man. We're calling on Yahawah, by Hasham, Yahawashi. Okay? Because we're unified in the spirit of Yahawashi. Also for the doctrine, man, you're gonna have this brother talking about, I believe Edomites can make it, and then I'm here saying no, Edomites can't make it, and then this brother saying, yeah, but you know, Hamites, yeah, I can make it. No, we ain't on that, man, because we're in the same spirit. All right, go on.
For the body is not one member but many. If the foot shall say, we're on the point now, if the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body?
Exactly, because some posts you would naturally adopt or go into dependent upon your level or time in the truth. Like if you just came in, you're not necessarily going to be a speaker straight away because you don't know much. So you would probably be a sign holder. Now, is that to say a sign holder is less than a speaker? Or what's the point of that? I'm just standing here holding this piece of card. No, the scriptures say, nah, man, it's needed. Because you would think to yourself, it's just a foot. You know? No, but you amputate that foot and see how hard life becomes for you. Alright? Just like, I always say this, man, skin, man. Like, sometimes you graze yourself and a little piece of skin will come off. And then you start moving like you're disabled, man. You can't pick up stuff and it's like, it hurts, man. But it's so small. It's so small, but when that goes wrong, it's a big effect.
Yeah, I just want to say, because you want to say something? Go on.
Like if you had no toes, you can walk straight. If you don't have any toes, you wouldn't be able to walk straight. They balance you out. Or even if you didn't have the small toe.
When I first come in the camp, that was one of my favourite things to do, holding the signs. But even still, Esau understands the power of holding them signs, or those visuals. They say a painting,
Picture carries
1,000 words. Yeah, paints 1,000 words or carries 1,000 words. And when we got arrested, that was a thing that was really focused on that chariot one. That chariot one, that is what I really like. When I first come in the camp, I like to hold the chariot signs. But the point is that they're very powerful. Actually, they could be just as powerful in some cases than speaking. You know, saying things, because visuals. You know.
It correlates and joins it together because brothers were talking about balance and stuff. Do you know your balance? You think it's controlled by your feet. It's controlled by your ears. So if one ear goes, that's why people that are deaf, they start walking like that because your balance is now messed up, man.
Yeah.
Okay? So you may think that, he's a sign holder, he ain't got nothing to do with the speaker. More time, the speaker's focusing on the sign, what the sign is saying. You know? So even if it seems like it doesn't correlate, trust me, trust the spirit, it does, man. All the members come together and work as one.
That's what makes certain camps stand out, especially when you're in a public place. The Mars camp, the Oxford Street, when they were in Oxford Street outside Gap. The first, when I first saw them for the first time, when I was walking, I was coming from the train station, the underground station, I was walking, and all I see is that big sign, man. I see bare people just walking in it. The Oxford Street's busy in it. And all I see was the big sign, the miracle destroyed by foul. I looked and I was like, wow. That's when I walked over because they stood out. The signs make you stand out. So people know that this is a thing. Get me? So yeah, that's a big thing. You know?
And even talking about posting that, this sign, where's that, man? Get to the stick. 37. Let's get that. Because this sign is there's a spirit attached to that, man. You know? I remember the Apostle Yahawah saying it, and it's true. There's actually a spirit attached to the sign, man. When you don't have the sign, something feels a little bit different, man. Or you may not attract as much people because the Lord has placed a spirit upon that when they see this, it's going to draw them in. You know? If you can get that. Yeah, go on.
Isaiah 37. Isaiah 37 and 16. Moreover, the Son of Man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
And that's not talking about a long staff, man, because you've got people that will now get elastic bands and get two sticks together and tie them and walk and try and be like that there's some shepherd herding sheep, man, with a stick in their hand. No, it's not talking about that. When you get in, I forget the Hebrew word, but when you get into the word for stick, it talks about, it refers to a plank, like a piece of wood, alright? Now, different materials, wood, plastic, metal, whatever, man, this is what it is, okay? Go on.
And write upon it for Judah and the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand.
So we don't have two signs out here. Okay, this is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and then this is Issachar, Ephraim. No, it says what? The two shall become one. So when you have the sign here, you can see listing from the head tribe Judah all the way down with the 12 tribes, man. Okay, and it will say your biblical your biblical name and your not nationality, because our nationality is Israel. Our biblical tribe in the Hebrew and in what we're known as today. Okay?
And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in thy hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and I will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and there shall be one in mine hand.
Yeah, because throughout history, this elder is very good with history. He could tell you about the time and the splits of Judah and the northern tribe, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. You know, who was around where and at what point and stuff of that nature. And pretty much, man, in the world even to today, so-called Negroes or black people don't get along with Hispanics. Now there's the one or two differences where you see them jamming together, but for the most part there's always been that strife between us because that's in the scriptures, man. But in the truth, more so now, you have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom together, man. You know, you have camps where Hispanic brothers and Judite brothers or Benjaminite brothers, you know.
LA. Camps in LA. You know, you see the Issachar tribes in Judah and so forth.
And that shows that the Lord he's the master creator, man. Because you've got so-called Israelite teachers out there that like to push the idea of all Israel is black, everyone's Negro and this. Nah, man. Imagine you have a painting, right? I always give this analogy. You go to the art gallery and I take you brothers and I say, look, man, there's a painting I saw there. It's beautiful. I want you to come and see this painting. And then we get to the art gallery and on the canvas, black or it's blue, a canvas of blue. You gonna look at me like, why are you hyping this up for? It's just one colour. Ain't nothing special about this, man. But if it had different shapes and colours, and if you would say, yeah, I see how it's nice. The Most High is the master creator, man. He's a man of Thank you. Diversity master artist, man. So his creation is going to be varied.
That's deep.
You know, we're going to have everybody looking one color. Come on. That's why the scripture says Ephraim, he's a cake unturned. You know, they got melanin, but some Israelite tribes are darker than others, different shapes, man. Yeah? Fuck talking about men, let's talk about women for a second. Like Judite women have a certain body type, you know, Latino women have a certain body type, and it's like, yeah, I see the difference, man. But it's all beautiful though.
Yeah, them Dominicans are rounding off, man.
See?
No, it's the curses though. A lot of the curses have messed up the women, man.
Yeah, I know.
You got exceptions.
Yeah, I know.
What can give you an idea what it's going to be like, but they all
Yeah.
you know. But I know it's like a carrot.
Yeah, you're right, man. You know, but for the most part, the point is there's diversity, man.
Yeah.
You know, the Most High made the world, man. You got, imagine every tree look like each tree's here. You got oak trees, you got pine trees. You know, if everything was one tree, like come on. You know,
It's the God. Most all manner of art came from the Lord. It came from His mind. Like expert warriors. When you see all the great artists, man, the greatest artists, like Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, all these guys, even though they were demons, those guys were demons, they all got their abilities from the Most High. The Most High put that spirit upon them to do what they do. The artists that they got, that's nothing compared. All this is art. This is all art, man. The Most High created it, He designed it, it all came from His mind. You know? The Most High commanded and it was done. You know? Yahawashi did it. You know? The Most High, he's the architect. He designed the thing, He laid a blueprint. See, this is how I want it to be done. Yahawashi and the elect, the Alahayim, us, we're the construction workers. We built it. We built it. But it was the Most High that designed the all. He said, listen, I want it done this way, that way. I want them creatures like this, them birds, them insects like this, them cattle, different types of cattle, different types of bird species. There's some odd insects, spiders, man. You got different insects. Then look at this one species of insect, the spider. They're like an arachnid. Look how many species of spider. Then you got bees, flies, man. Different colored flies, man. Small, big, you know. Bumblebees.
You got different colored bumblebees too.
Yeah, you know. Wasps, you got hornets.
Yeah, hornets. Ooh, they're dangerous. I like hornets though.
You got the super big hornets, the Japanese ones, man.
Yeah.
You know. You got different types of flies, man. Okay. You got daddy long legs, man. You got an insect that looks like a spider / fly, man. You know what I mean? Like a combined. Most are combined.
Hybrid.
You got flying ants too.
You got flying ants. You got most are making with their ants. Then you put wings on their back, man, and make them fly.
Nah. Just come out here.
You know?
Hey man.
So there's different types of birds. You got eagles. You got birds of prey. Like pigeons are not birds of prey. They'll eat anything really. You know? They'll eat anything, but then you got eagles. You got hawks, ospreys. I'm good with the bird. I'm good with the animals a little bit. I know my little, because I used to study them when I was a kid. I used to be very fascinated with kids, because these are all creations of the Most High. You got big cats, small cat. Look at them how small cats.
Yeah.
You know, all kinds of. You got a certain cat that don't have no fur. You know.
Siamese.
Yeah, them bald cats, man. You know what I mean?
I like cats as well.
You know what I'm saying?
I like cats.
You got the little house cats. You got all that the different cats, man. You got big cats, man. You got flipping what am I talking about? You got the cheetahs, leopards, jaguar. You got the black leopard.
Yeah.
Black one.
Yeah.
I like that one. That one look nice, man. That one look nice. You got a tiger, man. Siberian tiger. The tigers that you see in Russia, man. You know, because you think tigers they're only in India. Some tigers they can go up in the snow, man.
Yeah.
White ones.
Yeah, the white ones, man.
In the cliffs as well, yeah.
Lions, man. You know. Once I order the lion, the man lion has the beard. The woman lion she don't have the beard.
Yeah.
And the man lion can have bear the female ones.
Yeah.
Pop all of them and breed them and mark up his territories, piss on the wall and everything.
Yeah.
Say this is mine. You know, and he roar in it to make other lions know this is mine.
Yeah.
And if another group of lions crosses over, it's war. But if they defeat the man, he take over his woman and kill off his pickle.
Yeah. Territorial, isn't it?
You know, and then breed up the woman.
Yeah.
And that's how it's always been throughout the generations of the lions. You know, for centuries and millennia, it's always been that way. You know. What else? You got all kinds of animals, man. Snakes. You got snakes that eat other snakes. You got anacondas, man. Pythons.
Oh yeah, that video with the Inyamapa man, that snake, what was it? Inyamapa the whole man. The video that you sent me.
It was the alligator. The alligator.
Was it alligator? Yeah, can't.
They opened up the alligator. And
Right.
the man was still inside the
Bits of the arm come out of the alligator.
The alligator chopped them up and swallowed them.
Them reptiles are bad.
They're them alligators, and the people they want revenge in it, so they couldn't find their friends, so they hunt down the alligator.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They opened up the alligator, and their friend was inside the alligator, man.
If they didn't have to, yeah, they could have just stepped in there.
Yeah. They put him. They must have wanted to bury him or give him a funeral. So they put what's left of him back in the bag, in. Yeah, man. That's what they do. Like they do the same thing with tigers in Russia, because you got man-eating tigers, man. So they'll kill the tiger. They kill off the tiger.
Yeah.
You know, because the tigers they hunt man as well.
Yeah.
You know, lions. You got man-eating animals, man. They'll eat like crocodiles and alligators.
Yeah.
You got different type of bears, koala bear, panda bear. Those are like small kind of bears. And you got the brown bear, the
Koala.
grizzly, the polar.
Yeah. Sloth, koala, sloths,
You know what I mean?
Australians.
All these different breeds and species of animals, man. And Esau come and wiping them all out. He's killing what the Most High created, man. He's trying to undo it. And then he wonders why we call him the devil.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
I hate when I see them in the zoo, and I hate when I see Esau have anything to do with animals. I can't watch it. I can't watch it because I know that the future for the animals finished now.
Yeah, it's because of them. You know, different types of fish. Looking at that, we're talking about mammals out in the open. Look at the oceans, man. I mean, there's the scriptures talk about that in Psalms. The Most High feed the different breeds and species. You know, different type of. I don't know the fish. I wasn't really too interested in fish. I like the sharks though.
Mm.
They were saying there's seas upon seas in the ocean, and on one of the lowest levels that we know of, or Esau knows of, there's fish that actually their being is light. They have like one vein to them, and it's a light illuminating see-through fish, man.
Wow.
And men, they can only dive so deep because the pressure of the ocean will crush their body. But then you've got small little fish that's going way deeper than that, man. There's actually oceans in the ocean, man.
Wow.
There's beaches in the ocean, like beds of sand in the deeper seas, man. You know.
There's mountains too.
Just about to say, what about that? Mountains, man. So when you read in Genesis where it says, you know, as the elder was getting into, you know, the Most High gave the blueprint to Yahawashi and the angels, the Alahayim, the elect. This is what, and we, you know, through faith, we want to be a part of that number, man. We were those. That's why Yahawashi. See, when Yahawashi speaks, man, it's deep, man. When he says, "You are with me from the beginning," all of this creation, we took part in that, man. If we be of those elect, man, you know. when it comes to the elements, man, you know, putting different things together because the word Ham, where you get the nation Hamites from, is where you get the word chemistry from, which means hot or burning, man. So when you put different elements together, it creates a chemical reaction, and through that heat, a substance is formed, man. Alright? Like they would say for water is H2O. So when you put 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen element together, you have water, man. So when it says the face of the deep, when you read that, man, really what it was, the Most High had spread out all these elements, man. And Yahawashi led the angels, which we believe was us, Lord willing, and we put them together in different areas, man. And then you've got the sky, and then you've got the waters, and then you've got the dry land up there. That's nothing but elements, man. Because Esau on his periodic table has something like what? 50 elements? You mean to tell me this whole universe there's only 50 elements, man? He just don't know it of it yet, man.
Yeah.
Okay? So all the elements were spread out and the angels and Yahawashi put them together and you have the universe, man. You know? Because the elder was getting, look, this is what, you know, this is all the imagination of the Most High, man. Okay? Where is it in Ezra's? Where he said, can thou measure the weight of a flame?
I got something.
I'll try and find it. No, read it.
You got Psalms 104. If you want to get there. Psalms 104. I had that. Oh, that's good. I had that. Yeah, get Psalms 104. You start from verse 1. You go on to it.
Bless the Lord, Yahawah, Yahawashi, O my soul. O Lord, Yahawashi, my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty.
You know, sometimes when you're in the spirit, man, something might happen in your life and you just give praise into the Most High for it. You know, something might happen, you might get humbled, man. You might get attacked by somebody.
Calm.
A woman might leave you. Give all praise unto the Most High for it. You know what I'm saying? A brother might give you some money or, you know, sow some charity, do something for you out of the blue, and you're like, give the Most High for it. Say that the Most High is what? Clothed with majesty and what?
Honor and majesty.
Honor and majesty, man. You give all praises, man. You know? You have a bite to eat, bless the food, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Something happened that moves you to emotions, man, and it makes you think that the Most High is something else, man. You know, and you say the Most High is clothed with honor and majesty. You give all praises unto Yahawah, Hasham,
Yahawashi,
Hasham,
Hasham.
You know? You know? You feel moved in the spirit, man. You just think the Most High doing it because he's probably trying to enlighten you somehow, trying to make you see something, trying to make you understand the error of your ways. Maybe you did something wrong, and the Most High's trying to get you back for it, trying to make you pay up, trying to make you think about what you did. You know? And the Most High is teaching us to go up here.
Who covers thyself with light as with a garment?
Cover himself with light as with a garment, man.
Who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain.
Look at the heavens, man. You stretch out there. You can't, there's no end to the heavens, man. To the firmament. It just keeps going. Stretch it out, man. Different galaxies. It just keeps going. There's no end to it. You stretch out the galaxy, the firmament as a what?
Stretch out the heavens like a curtain.
You know? Go ahead.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters.
He left the beams of his chambers in the waters, man.
Who maketh the clouds his chariots. He walketh up.
He maketh the clouds his chariot. You all know what that is? You all know what that is? That's the chariots, the so-called UFOs, right? He maketh the clouds his chariot. This brother's been sending all kind of clips, Instagram clips, like a couple like seconds or a minute long. You know, the latest one I was looking at was the one in Mexico. Some Israelites, they saw like, it looked like a hexagon of chariots.
This is the green one.
Huh?
This is the green one.
I don't know, it moved into a hexagon shape. I don't know, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into hexagon, and then it smooth, moved, and then just went back into hexagon again. You know, those are the chariots where
who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angel spirits.
He makes his angel spirits, man. So you think the angels are these white men, these Edomites with these wings, man. They don't hear. No, the angels are spirits, man. They're all around us. And when they say angels, you're thinking of something that's good. Angels can be wicked too.
Yeah.
You've got evil angels. It says that in Psalms, I believe 78, 49. He said of evil angels among them. Because he's made his angel spirits on the left hand side and right hand side. So we got evil angels, man. That's why there's judgments in the earth. Bad things happening because them evil angels is orchestrating shit, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
We make of his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire.
His ministers are flaming fire, man. You know what I mean? We got fire tornadoes, man.
Yeah.
I believe it was in California.
California, yeah.
You know what I mean? Wildfires.
San Francisco, yeah.
You know? The scriptures talk about the nuclear fire. There's angels guiding the fire, man. You know what I mean?
And they said it's like they're saying there's about there was about 1,000 lightning strikes that started about 500 fires in California. So really, they used to say it was arsonists.
Yeah.
Now they can't refute that it's lightning, even though we know it's the Most High, you know, but they know it's coming from up above, from the heavens.
Yeah, you know? So you have to understand, these are all spirits doing all these things, man. You get me? Because people they've been trained by Esau, because Esau's a carnal man. So we've all been pretty much fathered by Esau on the education level. We've been educated by this man. So a lot of people, they got the same mentality and spirit as Esau. They think carnally. But we who think spiritually, we know that there's a creator behind all these things that's making all these things happen. He uses his ministers to orchestrate all these things. Go ahead.
You laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever.
So he laid the foundation of earth that it shall not be removed forever, man. Okay? This earth has always been here. The earth, the seas, the different planets, the sun, that shall not be moved forever. So Esau's talking about the earth going to spontaneously combust. The scripture say he laid, what did he say?
He laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever.
Exactly. Forever. So that's a cut on any of them people that say that the earth gonna end or the world is gonna end one day. You get me? Go ahead.
I've got a piece of tobacco on the side.
It's Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. Are you going for that?
Yeah.
So like, I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever.
Wherever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever, man. Why would you create something just so it can one day not exist no more? Like, why would you waste your time? You know? It shall be forever. Go ahead.
Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And the Most High doeth it, that men should fear before him.
Right. Men should fear before him. You know? The Most High wants to be honored, man. So he does things, man, to make people, to put people in remembrance of the Most High's existence, man. To make people think there has to be a God, there has to be a power behind this. You know? Go ahead.
Thou coverest it with the deep as with river garments. The waters stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they fled. At thy voice the thunder they hasted away.
Read that again, read it slow.
Thou coverest it with the deep as with a garment.
Thou coverest the deep as with a garment. Right? Where
The waters stood above the mountains.
the water stood above the mountains, talking about the air, man, the oxygen, H2O. Okay, go ahead.
At thy rebuke they fled. At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of the thunder they hasted away.
And the voice of the thunder, they what do you say?
At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away.
Go ahead.
They go up by the mountains. They go down by the valleys. Unto the place which thou hast founded for him.
Let me see that, It's talking about the waters, isn't it? So now that's talking about Yes, to read verse 6 again. Read verse 6 again. I know the
Psalms 104 and 5. Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever.
Right,
Thou coverest it with a deep as with a garment.
right.
The waters stood above the mountains.
Yeah, that's talking about what? The clouds, man. Because when you see the mountains, the top mountains, what's the waters? The waters, the evaporation in it. And then the clouds, what's in the clouds? The water. Right? Go ahead, so it said that, what they say?
Who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever.
Yeah.
Thou coverest it with a deep
Right.
as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains.
Go ahead.
At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy father they hasted away.
Read more slower.
At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of the thunder they hasted away.
At the voice of the thunder, they hasted away. Go ahead.
They go up by the mountains.
They go up by the mountains.
They go down by the valleys.
They go down by the valleys, man.
Unto the place which thou hast founded for him.
To the place where they found it for them, where
Thou hast set a bound, that
Right.
they may not pass over.
they send a bound that they may not pass over. It's talking about
You might as well stay standing, right? When
they go down the mountains.
when I'm going to
go
change
down
the battery, I'm going to give it to you
valleys.
before when that runs out.
When the Most High set a bound, they don't pass over. Talk about the waters. Where,
That they may turn, look over again to cover the earth.
so they don't turn to cover up the earth. So the Most High set a bound, okay, for the waters that it doesn't pass over and cover up the earth. You know what I mean? The waters don't come here. There's certain bound. You know what I mean? Where
He sendeth the springs into the valleys.
He sendeth the springs into the valleys. The water, what's a spring? Water. He sendeth the springs into the valleys, go ahead,
Which run among the hills.
which run among the hills. You got the little streams and springs of water among the hills, man. The Most High set all this up. The Most High set up creation to be this way. You know what I mean? He set creation to be like this. Go ahead.
They give drink to every beast
They give drink to every beast
of the field.
of the field. That's why you got them little fish like salmon, man. And they go into the lakes and
Oh yeah,
fish.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's when the grizzly bears, they come near them streams, near them lakes,
yeah,
and they eat the fish because, you know what I mean?
yeah,
They lack up the water there,
yeah,
the antelopes and that. Yeah? Because the Most High set up that way
yeah,
to nourish the animals and the antelopes and the bears and everything.
yeah.
So the whole cycle of life. So it come down from the clouds by the mountain into the valleys, bound with the water, then the animals feed it,
Yeah,
you know? The Most High feed the animals. Go ahead.
They give drink to every beast of the field.
They give drink to every beast of the field. You got all kind of beasts of the field. Alright? You got birds that need to wash themselves, their feathers and that. You know? You got certain cats, man. Big cats that lack up the water. Go ahead.
The wild asses quench their thirst.
The wild asses quench their thirst, man. You see? Go ahead. What's an ass? An ass is a type of antelope, innit? A type of horse.
like a donkey, innit? Yeah,
Donkey, yeah. That's a
Yeah.
type of horse, innit?
yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah. It's
You
like
know what I mean?
stubborn,
You got them
stubborn.
zebras, you got them like giraffe and you get me, you got the stallion, different types. There's different types of horses, man. Different breed of horses.
Yeah,
White and I like horses, you know.
yeah, yeah.
You know, the black ones